There I was, 10th grade, 15 years old, sitting in the common area of Southside Comprehensive High School. Now, if you're from Atlanta and you've seen the movie Lean on Me, then you already know that was my school. Tough, unforgiving, and full of stories that never made the news. My friend Monica sat beside me. With her voice barely above a whisper, she said, "He's hitting me and he's possessive." I froze. I didn't know what to do. I was 15. What did I know about relationships? What I did know is that it didn't sound right and that we needed to get some help. I didn't judge her. I didn't blame her, but I told her that we needed to go and tell someone. 15 years, fast forward 30 years, I've now gained wisdom, I've gained training, and I've worked with various people from multiple backgrounds. I've led in the Air Force, I've coached women at their lowest. And today, I am the owner of Divinely Restored, helping women break cycles, own their story, and cultivate lasting relationships. And then I get a phone call from a relative in her 30s, probably married at this point for about 5 years. She was heartbroken. Her marriage was crumbling at the weight of infidelity and disconnection. She wasn't looking for advice. She didn't need anyone to fix it. What she needed was an ear, someone who understood, someone who wouldn't judge. And that's who I am. I was that 15-year-old girl that listened, and I'm the woman today who still listens. I was 27 years old, married. My son was 2 years old. And it had only been 2 weeks since I left the hospital having a cesarean with our daughter. I was still healing physically and emotionally, trying to learn how to balance a newborn on one hand and a toddler on the other, in the other hand. And the phone rang. I picked it up. My husband was asleep in the next room. It was a female's voice on the other line. My heart dropped. She asked to speak to him. I went and tried to wake him up. But when I said her name, he jumped up, too fast, too eager, and too alert. And I already knew. When he hung up the phone, he looked at me dead in my face with no hesitation and said, "I don't want a family anymore. I don't want to be married. I still want to chase skirts." And then he walked out the front door. Yes, my initial response was to go behind him, but I sat there, numb. Fresh stitches still holding me together, but I was unraveling on the inside. I called my parents and told them to come pick up me and the kids because it was still too early for me to start driving. I packed up what I could. I grabbed the kids' clothes, a few things for myself, and we headed for Atlanta. But something deep down in me still believed in us. I was embarrassed, humiliated, and hurt. But can y'all believe I went back? Why? Because when he said he'd change, I believed him. I thought love meant staying. And I thought being a good wife meant forgiving. And just 3 years later, I'm now 30, my son is 5, and my daughter is 3. We're living in Warner Robins, Georgia, while my husband is stationed in Korea. I get another phone call. But this time, I didn't need confirmation. I already knew. I asked one question: who is the girl on your MySpace page? And I don't remember what he said, but all I know is it wasn't what I wanted to hear. And I knew I was done. I couldn't take it anymore. And I filed for divorce. in bed watching TV, the Olympics to be specific. He came in the door, drunk and high off prescription meds, full of rage. He went to bolting all the locks on the door and yelling. He said, "You gonna die today." Those words cut through the air like a blade. And then his hands were around my neck. And yes, I tried to fight back, but I was no match. Everything went black. And when I came to, with my hands shaking, I reached for my phone. I got his brother on the line, and his brother said, "Be quiet. He's gonna pass out." I'm standing in this hotel room with my back against the wall, behind a chair, heart pounding. He's sitting on the edge of the bed with his eyes locked in on me. And suddenly, he fell backwards, unmoving. I didn't wait. I ran, barefoot, wearing only a t-shirt and my underwear. Through the hallway, past the lobby, outside, where I was gasping for air. I was humiliated but free and forever changed. That night didn't break me, it woke me. And I made a vow, never again. Here's your lesson in my pain. Set boundaries. Boundaries aren't just important, they're survival. Your worth and your value is non-negotiable. And healing is the foundation of growth. What would I tell a 21-year-old? I would tell a 21-year-old, don't date a David, okay? Listen, I remember being 21. I was living in Atlanta, living what I thought was my best life. Y'all, I was outside. I frequented Club Ritz and Club 112 because those was the spots to be. I chased the swag and the status, not realizing that superficial attraction leads to superficial relationships. Then I met David. David was 3 to 4 years older. Y'all, I thought I had it made. He was taking me on trips, buying me luxury items. It was VIP, everything. Y'all, and when I say we went to the finest restaurants and all the top luxury, the things that people wanted then and now. But here's why I say don't date a David. Because what I didn't know, I wasn't the only one, right? He had a long-term relationship with a female that I knew nothing about. And he also was into some things that went against my values. Know your worth and set boundaries. You teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Never settle for being tolerated when you were meant to be treasured. I believe unaddressed limiting factors, unhealed wounds, and the fear of being vulnerable are what's holding women back from being successful. We carry our pain like it's a badge of honor. We walk around acting like we're fine when deep down, we're barely holding on. We convince ourselves that we're not worthy of real love, real success, and real joy. We build walls so high that we can't even climb over them. But if you think you're in this battle alone, let me tell you about Mary J. Blige, 9-time Grammy winner. Mary wasn't just the queen of hip-hop soul. She was the queen of singing through her pain. Childhood trauma, toxic relationships, addiction. She lived through it all. But you know what? She didn't stay stuck. She started choosing herself and stopped looking for other people to choose her. Mary used her pain and turned it into purpose. And that's what I want for you. I built a community, an online platform that allows me to reach women worldwide, helping them break cycles, rewrite their stories, and step into the purpose and the woman God has called them to be. And the best part about it is we are going to be doing this through our 6-part series where we teach you how to reclaim your power. We're going to be working together, whether it's coaching, through our books, through our online community, webinars, and special events. That's what we're going to be up to, helping women like you reclaim their power and break the cycles and cultivate healthy relationships. Because healing is more than just words. When people seek guidance, they're not just looking for advice. They want someone they can trust, someone who helps them regain their confidence and help them move to their next level, help them level up in a sense, right? They're looking for someone, a safe space where they can let their pains out and be free to do so without the fear of being judged. And that's what we provide. Meet Keisha, mother of 2, a married mother of 2. Now, she could have chosen anywhere to invest in her healing, but she chose us. And why? Because she felt safe. She felt like she could be honest with us. But listen to what she had to say. She said, "You all provided a space where I finally felt seen, heard, and understood. You reminded me that I am enough, and I was safe. You provided a Holy Spirit-led program that pushed me into my purpose and out past my fears." And that's what we do at Divinely Restored. We help you gain your confidence. We help you move from those limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck, and help you move forward to your future and to the purpose God has called you to work in, right? Meet Shawn. Shawn was a married mother. She was a divorced mother. She came to us right after her divorce, fresh after the divorce. And when she came to us, she was stuck. She was afraid that she would never feel whole again. She was questioning if healing was even possible. But let me tell you, it is. Shawn, after working with us, she left with clarity. She gained her confidence back. She was unafraid to put herself back out there and actually love again. But it started with loving herself. That's what we provided Divinely Restored, a way for you to love you, because all relationships start with loving you. This experience working with the Making of an Entrepreneur was phenomenal. Like, I really have no proper words to say, from the emails received to the directions to the phone calls, the coaching, and then arriving here with first-class service. They even had snacks, y'all, for me to eat, and I like to eat. The photographers, everybody was accommodating and kind, and it was awesome.